Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face while you're sleeping.
How possible is it that you go a whole month or year without being stung by at least one insect, or the other? If you've been stung by a bee or just another random bug whose name you don't happen to know, then you probably think that's as painful as it can get. Did you know that there are insects capable of inflicting far more pain than the popularly dreaded bee sting? If you did not, we're bringing a list of the top 10 most painful insect stings to you right now, with unbelievable tales of these wondrous creatures of nature. Number 10. The sweat bee. The sweat bee is a name generally given to different bees known for the vast amount of pollinating they do and their attraction to the salts in human perspiration. This particular bee happens to be one of the most common types of bees on the planet, and are often used social in northern parts of America. This means that they are found in large numbers together, and they operate with a social caste. The sterile bees become the soldiers and only work for food, while the queens and reproductive males take the roles of the sole producers. So if you notice that sweat bee swarming around you, you just know that it's one of the workers gathering food for the colony. Each worker will then offload its haul back in the nest and go out to search for food again. This insect only spans up to a length between 3 and 10 millimeters, and they are covered in small pollen grains that cover their yellow and black bodies. The sweat bees do not make honey, and the females only sting when agitated or brushed off the skin, so before you hurriedly swat at the bee that just perched on your arm, think about it first. Removing the stinger as soon as possible reduces the amount of venom that gets into the bloodstream. A quick household hack for an unexpected meeting with a sweat bee is the immediate application of baking soda to relieve the itch and some apple cider vinegar to reduce the pain and burning sensation.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works.
Number 9. The fire ant. The fire ant is a notorious species whose sting often leaves effects that linger for days. Anyone who has ever had the unpleasant mishap of encountering fire ants never goes close to them. These red ants reside in colonies in large mound nests that are flat and have an odd shape and are about 2 to 4 square feet in size. They are found explicitly in an overwhelming number throughout the rainforests of Central and South America. It's best not to poke fun at random insect nests because more often than not, you might end up provoking these aggressive creatures. This violent species attacks anything that disturbs them, and once they latch onto an invader, they quickly begin inserting their stingers into the skin and injecting venom. Although the red ants are misconceived to bite, they actually sting. The sting is always very painful, and often results in raised welts that eventually form white pustules, difficulty in breathing, intense itching, and even vomiting. If you have been attacked by a vicious ant, you can immediately reduce the effects by washing the affected area with soap and water to prevent infection, as well as placing ice on the bite area to avoid damage to the skin. Number 8. The bullhorn acacia ants. The bullhorn acacia ants are best known for their mutualistic relationship with the bullhorn acacia plant. This vicious species lives in bullhorn acacia plants which provide nutrients and housing for the ants. The large and conspicuous thorns of the plant provide nesting for the insects as well as nectar, which serves as their food. All these are given in exchange for the tree's protection from anything eating or touching the tree. The ants also clear an area around the base of the plant, which drastically reduces the plant's competition for nutrients and resources. These ants are found in large numbers in Central America, and are attracted to the plant by the unpleasant smell it releases to begin the intriguing symbiotic relationship. The bullhorn acacia ant will sting an invader for a long time and inflict a lot of pain. It is best advised to avoid these ants and their plants if possible. Number 7. The bald-faced hornet. The bald-faced hornet is a stinging insect found all over North America. These insects are relatives of the more commonly known yellow jackets and earn their name from their mostly black color and mostly white head. Although the bald-faced hornets are named so, they are in fact not hornets. Shocking. The stinging insect is called a hornet because of its large size and aerial nests, which are gray and paper-like but are enclosed, unlike the open cone structure that most stinging hornets and insects have. The long, six-legged wasp-like insect can reach a size between 13 and 20 millimeters, and their colonies often contain 200 to 400 members. Their nests can be found in vegetation and trees and forest regions. These hornets are very aggressive and will sting any invader over and over again while injecting their venom and causing sharp pain. The bald-faced hornets have smooth stingers that will cause inflammation, redness, itching, and intense burning sensation. The venom could even lead to temporary blindness if circulated in the bloodstream in large doses. If you happen to encounter this unpleasant creature, a quick way to treat the sting is by pressing ice on the bite area or applying baking soda or vinegar in the bite to reduce inflammation and itching. Number 6. Yellow jackets. The yellow jackets are the famous cousins of the bald-faced hornets and are a species of wasps that are found all over the world. Not surprisingly, The yellow jackets get their name from their characteristic black and yellow bands sprawled across their abdomens. However, some may have red or white markings on their bodies. These social insects live in larger colonies, and their nests are commonly found attached to bushes, trees, and beneath the roofing of homes. A yellow jacket's nest can contain up to 4,000 members. Imagine that. Although these insects are slow to attack, they can be very aggressive if they feel threatened. They can attack in hordes and will sting again and again and again. Their sting is very painful and can cause severe medical conditions such as swelling, tightness in the chest, difficulty in breathing, weakness, and sometimes even fainting. If a yellow jacket stings you, you must act immediately and apply ice on the affected area or pour some vinegar into the bite. Number 5. The honeybee. Honeybees are beautiful insects that also happen to be the only insects in the world that produce food that humans can eat. You guessed it, they make honey. Just like their name suggests, these bees produce honey from the nectar that they harvest from the heart of flowers. But don't be fooled by the pretty black and yellow stripes of the honeybee. They can also be very dangerous. The honeybee sting is very painful. Bees are very social and live in colonies and do not often attack unless disturbed. These bees have their stingers in their abdomen, and the symptoms and effects of their stings may vary depending on the number of stings experienced. As soon as one bee encounters an invader, it releases chemical substances called pheromones. These pheromones immediately alert other bees of its colony, and usually this heralds even more bad news. Interestingly, these insects are one of the most popular martyrs of the insect world. Why? Well, because as soon as they sting their victim, they die. This happens because when they attempt to leave the skin, their stingers are permanently implanted. The stingers are also attached to their digestive tract and nerves, so as soon as they try to zoom off, everything rips apart and they eventually die. But even after death, the bee's body continues to pump toxins into the wound, which will ultimately cause serious health conditions. If you notice that you have been stung by a bee, immediately remove the bee from your skin and place ice on the affected area. If you can, apply hydrocortisone cream to relieve the effects. Number 4. The red harvester ants. The red harvester ants look a lot like red fire ants, but they are in fact not related. These ants earn their name for their habit of collecting and harvesting seeds as their primary source of food. They live in colonies and build their large nests underground. They are also a notorious cause of concern in urban areas as they clear off any vegetation within reach from their nests, causing large bare spots in lawns. These ants will bite any intruder viciously if they feel threatened. Their bites inject potent venoms into the body and can be extremely painful. Some people often find that they are allergic to the venom of red harvester ants. Even more so, an unnecessary addition to the already present affliction the bite causes. The bite causes severe pain, numbness, extreme swelling, intense itching, and weakness. If you are bitten by a red harvester ant, apply calamine lotion or baking soda on the affected area. Number 3. Paper wasps. These wasps earn their name from their beautiful nests that look like paper. They are also called umbrella wasps because of the distinctive shape of their nests. These insects typically do not exist in larger colonies and are semi-social. This means that they do not have a work or caste system. The long-legged wasps are very similar to yellow jackets and have brown and yellow markings all over their bodies. Their size spans between 16 to 20 millimeters and they are found throughout the US. The paper wasp sting is incredibly painful, and like their counterparts, the honeybees, their venom can cause an allergic reaction in some people. They also release pheromones when they sense danger, which attracts other colony members and, ultimately, attracts an even worse situation than you thought. Paper wasp stings can be so painful that they can cause extreme medical conditions, even death. If you have been stung by this insect, you can hold ice on the area to relieve pain, but you must seek medical attention immediately. Today's picture was sent in to us by a subscriber. If you ever come across a picture and would like to know its origins, you can send it to us. Who knows, your picture may even get featured in a new video. Number 2. Tarantula hawk. The sting of the tarantula hawk has been recorded to be the second most painful insect sting in the world. The tarantula hawk is a spider wasp that feeds on tarantulas. They usually have stingers that grow to a size of 8 to 9 millimeters and typically feed on tarantulas by paralyzing them with their venom before dragging them off to a den. They are often found in rainforest areas of Southeast Asia, North and South America, and Africa. These deadly insects are known for delivering the most painful sting than any other found in North America. Although deadly, they do not typically attack humans unless provoked. The pain of this tarantula hawk sting is so unbearable and can last for almost 5 minutes. This pain can cause weakness and fainting. The pain is so debilitating and excruciating that all a victim can do is lie down and scream. A horrid experience indeed. The best advice is to stay away from these creatures and their nests, if possible. Number 1. The bullet ant. Coming in at number 1 spot is the bullet ant. This ant has been recorded to have the most painful and unbearable sting that a human can ever experience. As the name suggests, the bullet inflicts such a painful sensation that it can be likened to a gunshot wound. This extreme excruciating and instantaneous pain can also last for 24 hours. The dreadful insects also top the list of the world's largest ants and can grow up to a maximum length of 1.2 inches and sometimes even longer. The deadly ant is majorly found in Central America and South America, and particularly concentrated in Nicaragua and Paraguay. These ants build nests at the bases of trees and mostly forage on the forest floors. The bullet ants only attack humans when disturbed or if their territory has been invaded. They love their personal space. Their stingers are also so long and sharp that the pain they inflict can be over 10 times as painful as a honeybee sting. But unlike the honeybees, these deadly ants do not die after stinging. They continue to sting, again and again, releasing a venom that contains a special penerotoxin compound which affects the central nervous system of the body. Ouch. Symptoms begin with shaking and eventually lead to temporary paralysis of the limbs. If you have been stung by this insect, you can hold ice on the affected area, but you must seek immediate medical attention. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed making it for you, please make sure to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe. That's it. Remember to stay safe.